We do have a lot of honorable mentions for you guys that some of you guys are mad that we didn't include these players. This list was so hard to make. My first honorable mention that comes to mind is Patrick Ewing. And I think Patrick Ewing could 100% be on this list just because he was such a dominant center. All these players would have won a championship if it wasn't for someone. For Patrick Ewing, if it wasn't for MJ and the Bulls, or if it wasn't for Hakeem, he did take the Rockets to game 7 but ended up losing, which was heartbreaking. He could have had a championship if it wasn't for that. Yeah, honestly, he was...
Yeah, and then second, Allen Iverson. And we had some beef about this because I think he's top 5, never win a ring, but she didn't think so. He was an 11-time All-Star, brought his team far, has MVP. It's just also him. He had never had help, barely. So if he did have some help, he definitely would have had a ring by now.
Yeah, I think Allen Iverson, like, is so iconic. Like, everyone knows Allen Iverson. Like, he influenced the NBA greatly. He could 100% be on the list. It was so hard making this list, and it just shows how talented the NBA is and how hard it is to win championships. Because all these players we're mentioning right now, if you see the resumes, see how great they were, then you realize, like, wow, they never won a championship. Like, that's just crazy, right? Now, it's Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, like, one of my favorite players of all time, as you could tell. So you could just see, like, I wasn't biased at all when creating this list. Carmelo Anthony was one of the most fun players to watch. Like, everyone, like, when he dropped 60 without dribbling, 10-time All-Star, dynamic scorer. Carmelo Anthony was the one that needed help in his career. Like, he didn't really have, like, a great teams like Dwayne Wade did, LeBron did, Bosh did, like, in his draft class. Like, this man, he got to play with Allen Iverson, and he did go to the Western Conference Finals with Allen Iverson. So it showed that, like, if he did get help, he would go far. But once he got to the Knicks, like, we never really, like, surrounded him with, like, a great team, or like any other teams he's been on in his prime. Like, honestly, I feel like if he got to team up with LeBron or team up with, like, another great player, he would have a championship.
Yeah, maybe not as a first option, but definitely one of the best to never win a ring.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think Ewing and Iverson definitely ahead of Melo. The next one though is
Reggie Miller, also one of the best to never win a ring. It actually, like, feels weird that he's never won a ring.
Like, Reggie Miller is one of the greatest shooters of all time. He helped the Pacers go really far, almost won a championship before. Yeah, it's a travesty as well. Like, all these players are so unlucky, like, that they never won a championship.
Shaq stopped him.
And it's crazy because, like, all these players that we mentioned, like, a great force stopped them. Like
dynasties.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really blame them at the end of the day. A ring is not everything in a career, and you gotta look at other stuff sometimes. So yeah, Reggie Miller, amazing player.
Top 40, Reggie Miller.
Considering there's been thousands and thousands of NBA players, all of these players are it's crazy that they're even on this list.
I agree. Like, honestly, like, if you think about it, like, there's a lot of people, like, value championships more than they should, because at the end of the day, it is a team sport and it's situational. Like, a lot of players are not as lucky as, like, some players who got to play on super teams and win hella championships, even if they weren't first, second, or third options, you know?
I think it's more valuable to be an amazing superstar type player that generations from now will remember you and everything, instead of being like a role type player that nobody will remember.
I agree.
Everything.
And I just want to mention again how we did not include He Who Shall Not Be Named in this video. And I know a lot of people are saying, like, we should, like, leave what happened off the court out of this, but, like, we just don't feel right, like, you know.
The NBA honors him enough that we don't gotta do it.
You guys could put him first. I really don't want to put him on the list at all, but I know a lot of people do have him, like, first or second all time, and who has, like, never won a championship. Comment down below what you guys think, if you guys agree or not, or if we forgot anyone. We're really, like, interested in knowing what other people think about, just so we can compare lists. It's always fun to do. Well, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel down below, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, @SplashSistersP. Thank you.